I'm sure I've said this before, and I think in the video I put it, I didn't put it as the primary argument. It was just something I added in at the end. I was reading about this court in Kansas that was attempting to put forward some kind of religious order, closing the churches or blocking church services. And people felt like this is somehow discriminating against churches. And I got into my mind that, and it wasn't this singular issue, but this is like the camel that broke camel's back, straw broke camel's back. At some point, Trump will reopen the country. And at some point, you have a lot of Republican governors, Republican mayors that are going to release this thing. And what I mean by that is they're going to lift orders. It's not a lot of them. But even if it's only 5 states or 10 states and 50 cities and counties in the whole country, maybe more than that, 100 in this whole country, it's going to happen. Everybody that's talking about this going on for 18 months, that's not happening. I would be very surprised at this point if they didn't reopen this thing sometime in May. Or by the end of April, which is this is April now. I'd be very surprised if at some point in May Trump opened this thing up. They're losing too much money. Trump is losing too much money. And they're going to sacrifice our lives. Once again, I'm not putting that as a positive thing. Not at all. It's not positive. It's very bad. It's very bad. But I put it to you as a reality. That thing in Michigan I watched just reminded me of how much hatred there is in this country and how the whole coronavirus epidemic, to me, has become another battle in the culture war. That's why conservatives are always jumping out there and making gay comments, because they're in the culture war. They're losing. We're just trying to like come up with new solutions to problems, and they're always like making jokes about gay people and because they have to. They're losing, you know. They have to do that. They have to constantly be on that. I told you guys about the time I went to that post office when I was in Raleigh. I almost said Richmond. Raleigh. And I asked the dude, where's the restroom? It was a cracker. And he says to me, the men's restroom is over there, if that's what you... I mean, something stupid. I just like... I've been driving all night. I'm like... I didn't realize that that's because they're in the culture. Well, he looked scared when he said it. I mean, like, they're in the culture where they're in the war. Everything is about homosexuals. Like their mind is set on that. Gay people and like I don't walk around thinking about people's sexuality and who they get into bed with every waking moment. I don't get up in the morning and think about how somebody I know who... I don't think about that. I don't. They do. They walk around. That's in their mind. Yeah, it's you know, not, I don't feel like, oh, we're losing. I feel like it just shows you where we're at today. Things like that. The culture war is going on, and anything they can do to support Trump, they'll support him. A good portion of this country is stuck on Trump. 110%. They believe in everything he talks about. And so they'll reopen the states. You know, forget science. They'll reopen the states because that's what's good for capitalism, and that's what Trump wants. Like he says, he can control them, and in a way, he's right. It's bad, but that's actually true. when they reopen these states, and I don't believe all that CDC crap they put up there about how it's got to be. I don't believe that. They're going to reopen the country, and they're going to fucking reopen it. Period. I mean, all that stuff might be good. All that stuff might be like what, it's good ideas, but that's not going to happen. They're going to open this thing up. They're going to open the door wide open. And people are going to die. That's why I'm getting my mask together. I just started wearing my goggles again because I realized that no matter what I say, no matter what the CDC says, no matter what Dr. Fauci puts out there, we're in a culture war. And it's almost like they want to die for Trump. It is. It's also the fact they want to make money. I get to pay their bills. I get it. But it's like they want to die for like Hitler. They want to die for Hitler. It was an honor. It was an honor for them to do that. To go out there and die for him. To fight and die for him. You know? And that's real talk. That's real. I mean, at some point they're gonna do it. I mean, like MSNBC comes out and talks. They do little things talking about it and putting out facts, and that's great. And that's good. That's awesome that they do that. But I've lost faith in humanity. I've lost faith in people doing what's right. I've lost faith in public health. Oh, that's gone. That's on. That's going. After in the future, in a future pandemic, after CDC says if they say don't buy something, I'm probably going to start looking at if I can buy it or not. I'm gonna, if they say look left, I'm looking right. I'm looking right. Hell yeah, in the future. You know, Texas probably be the #1 state that reopen. A lot of folks are going to die. A lot of folks are going to die behind this. And if I was a really cold bastard, I'd say good because it'll be conservatives dying in the conservative state. It'll be them dying. But I know that, well, I live in the South too. You know, they may open North Carolina. I don't think Charlotte will. But still, they might open North Carolina. Oh yeah. I think that the left, I don't think we recognize sometimes how many people really fall into the cult of personality of Trump. It's a lot of people. And I know there's Democrats, people I know that are liberals that get angry at me because I'm giving him more credit than he deserves. I'm not giving Trump any credit. I'm saying that there's a cult that follows Trump. And I'm saying that cults are capable of doing a lot of damage. That's what I'm not giving Trump any credit, sir. None. I'm recognizing reality. I'm recognizing that we're in a culture war. And for them reopening the country, reopening those conservative states, conservative cities, it's a part of it. I think a lot of police are not going to uphold the quarantines. A lot of police, that's my thinking. You know, it's crazy to talk about how would police take the guns and stuff. I think a lot of police will support Trump. I think a lot of police will not do their due diligence and confront people and challenge people who are violating orders that have been put out there by the civil authority. I 110% believe that. I will bet on that. I will bet on that when the rubber meets the road, a lot of police officers, I'm not going to say they 100% support Trump, but they support this nationalistic, white man strikes back, the hard man, the tough guy. They support that. America's not taking any shit from anybody. We're giving shit. They support that. And the sad thing is, it's going to get a lot of cops killed, a lot of cops infected too. It really is. It's interesting to me reading Cedar posts about how, let's see how the discussion has changed to them being really, really pro-Trump, to them acknowledging that they've not been given the proper equipment, acknowledging, which that tells me that they're acknowledging this is a serious threat, and they know that now. They're not playing about with this anymore like it's a game. They know that people are going to die of this, and it may be CMPD personnel that die behind this. It's amazing. Just a month or two ago, a couple months ago, they were joking about some kind of medical center that had been built on Cedar Post, and they were talking about how it wasn't needed, all those beds just sitting around. And now we're in a pandemic to where not too long ago they were thinking about building a field hospital. It's amazing to me how conservatism is so short-sighted. I mean, it's just so. And I know, like I said before, I know that COVID-19 is not going to make people think like me. Okay, COVID-19, even if people could go out and go back in time and actually buy equipment, a lot of folks wouldn't have done so. A lot of folks would not have done so. I understand. I have never expected that an emergency would make people, maybe this. No, that's not how it works. And I'm not trying to get conservatives to understand my viewpoint. Sometimes I look at their comments on these American conservative and American thinker. I look on this stuff just to see, like, do they really believe Trump's bullshit? Not because I want them to see my side of it, but it's just like they can't be this stupid. Like, conservatives are like a black woman, you know, and that's her son's been caught committing crimes, and she doesn't want to believe it. That's kind of how conservatives are about Trump. He's their boy, no matter what he does. You know, they give him their blessing. And I just want to make that point. I know it sounds kind of pessimistic. I know I'm pessimistic sometimes, but I'm just gonna stand with that. That I honestly believe that at some point, and it won't be next year, and it won't be November, and it won't be October. I'm talking about sometime in May, sometime before June, they're gonna reopen this country. You're gonna see it start happening. And I'm not talking about Montana or Wyoming either. Even South Dakota had a major outbreak. So I don't know. Who knows what else is going on? I don't know what's going on. They're not testing people. So it may be some other stuff going on out here. But I just want to make that clear that I'm not. And he may fire Fauci. Yeah, that may happen too. So I don't have any faith. No faith whatsoever that they're going to wake Trump up, or Trump's gonna not go along. Peace, y'all.